I'm going to live code and second iOS application right now. So I have cloned this starter repo in which I have configured all the configuration. Now my task is to give code, give my prompt to Claude Code and let it build the application the way I want. So let's get into the live demo and I'll explain you what I'm going to do. So right now you can see in this screen that is this particular website, that is Twitter and X, and you can see that I made this application that is Tinder for gallery, in which you can delete or old similar pics by swiping left, or if you want to keep it you can do the right and keep the only best by swiping right. So this was the plan which I've implemented in this particular iOS application, but this was built in Expo. Now as you know, I am building a series in SwiftUI, and for that I actually need to make sure that everything is in SwiftUI, and I am using my iOS starter kit which I have already shown you earlier in the video, and that is this GitHub lightweight starter kit. So this is the starter repo kit which I am using, in which I have configured. So you can see it already contains sign in, onboarding, profile, and upload profile pic, which configures with Superbase. So just let me show you the implementation of how I write the prompt. So you can see it is the starter repo and I am just writing the code. So what I have to tell in this particular application is that create one bottom navigation tab, keep the profile with profile icon, and prepare another view. So view is nothing but the UI component which you say in React, and if you don't know React, it is just, you can say, one page. And I want to create another view and name it as swipe and use appropriate icon in the bottom navigation in the content view, I would say, because here my main code is there. So if I give reference to this, so Claude will understand, okay, I am referring to this particular SwiftUI project. Now what this will do. So what does swipe view do? So this is nothing but Tinder for gallery. I swipe left. So first of all I have to load photos, load media, which can be image or video from last recent items from photos in the iOS. So I am doing this, so I will give permission and it will fetch the latest photos and things like that. Fetch the latest photos from photos in the iOS, and what I need to do after fetching all the thing, what I need to configure is that, and I will swipe left and it will delete in the UI, and I will swipe right. I won't delete it. So this is what I'm doing right now, and create another bottom navigation view navigation tab which contains list of view and shows the recently deleted items in the app UI. Now if I select all or one by one and delete, it deletes from the photos also, and also create another bottom navigation view navigation tab which contains another view, and it is graph or statistics chart, which shows how many photos, how many medias swiped, and how many media were swiped left, and how many are swiped right, and when deleted, how much storage is saved. It deletes the main purpose of the app. The main purpose of the app was to list photos, and users choose the best photos, best media, and deletes the similar media to keep the best and optimize storage. So this was actually the aim. Now one last and the final check, that is use proper preview for image video in the first view where we are doing swipe left and swipe right. So this is how I write prompt, and this is the natural way of writing anything. So you have seen that I have written a lot of big prompt in my opinion, and now it will think and it will create a to-do list. And if I have any problem with the to-do list, I can cancel the problem, like cancel the instructions, and I can see. So you can see it is creating swift data models for tracking swipe media and statistics. Swipe view with card-based UI for swiping photos and video. Implement photos framework integration to load recent media. Create recently deleted view with list of swiped left items. Implement permanent deletion from photos library. Create a statistics view. Update content view. Add photo permission to info playlist. So in my opinion, this looks good on paper, and let's see how it turns out in the code. So we will wait, and we will also see what optimizations can we do in the meantime. So optimization which I can do right now is I can store this statistics in the Superbase storage. So whenever this is loaded, it can show user that in past how much data was deleted, or maybe in the list I show on which date how much data was optimized, or maybe I can implement a local AI model which analyze these similar images and find the best take and deletes it and keeps it in the UI, and user can confirm the delete, or maybe after 30 days it automatically deletes. Similar to that, something similar. So this is what we can do. We can do research, but yeah. So you can say it is asking me permission, so I will give permission, and I will ask Perplexity whether any local model AI is there is not. I'm building a Swift iOS app, and I want to implement local AI model which analyzes media items in background and group the similar media from photos and choose the best and delete the rest temporarily. Is there any media? Is there any local AI model present? So this is how I do research in parallel about the future implementation until the time let it build the application. So you can see it is doing the task right now, and you can see what I can do. Clip image embedding. There are like, I think there are models available, but I will wait for the follow-up result. So you can see, yes, there are several excellent local AI models and frameworks for iOS that can analyze media and detect similarities. So first of all, Vision framework. This is the image similarity Apple's built-in solution, no extra dependencies required. VN generate image featured print request. Okay, and okay, it does similarity and it uses Apple's neural engine. So you can see it actually handles this similarity. Built-in no model downloads run on Apple neural engine, or otherwise we have Google MediaPipe image embedder, best for custom tuning, and then we have Core ML plus custom pre-trained models and ONNX. Okay, ONNX is there for iOS as well, which is good to see. So you can see we can use ONNX as well, ONNX runtime. So these are options with me. Of course, I should go with the vision framework first of all, and then only I should experiment with MediaPipe. Then I should go for ONNX, then the Core ML. So I should actually do the vision framework, but I will only do it once this is successful as per my requirement. And I'm very pretty sure that in SwiftUI, nothing is one shot prompting. You have to wait, you have to tweak, you have to ask here to make smaller edits. And that is why I just wanted to do this live coding and wanted to show you when AI builds something for me, what I do in parallel. I just do research about what I'm going to do, how it's going to look. So something like that. Now, for example, I want to do this. So I will add this to follow up. I want to use this. Tell me what should be my approach when I have 10 when I have to do in background and in bulk via an app. So let's see what it actually understands and what it gives until the time we will see. Okay, you can see it is almost done. It is now updating the content view and I think it has done this. And let's see whether build actually is working or not. So let me just build it. So you can see, I think it has done and now it is actually creating a summary and we have got the errors. So I will just copy this one and I will paste it here, fix them. And this is how you have to do like the motion. So you can read the summary. So it loads from iOS Photos Library Tinder-style cart interface with drag gestures, swipe right, keep the media, mark for deletion, show proper view, preview for images and videos. So you can see a import combine was missing. So it has imported and let me just build it again. And now it should not throw any error. And you can see that it is building and right now I'm building it for the Mac. And if it doesn't work for the Mac, I will build it for the iPhone and I will test it also in the iPhone. So the reason being I am doing it in the Mac because right now I'm recording from my own iPhone and Mac is just handy for testing the SwiftUI code. So that's why I prefer this one. So test valid purchase. Okay, grant access, allow full access. So you can see that it is right now doing and it is actually loading it. So I don't need this video. So okay, it is throwing error. Cannot be associated for more than one instance and which is actually a great error. So don't autoplay videos until I press it. So let me do something like that. Okay, this is a big issue you can see. When the item was video, it crashed. Load the video as muted and make sure to contain in a view rather than overflowing the whole UI. So let's see what it understands and let's see our research, what it has done. So you can see in the research, complete approach, background bulk photo grouping with vision framework. It is my application which analyze photos or auto trigger, show progress UI and it schedules, runs for 10 to 30 minutes, requires device plugged in, low power mode friendly, batch 100 photos, batch 100 process, then remaining, generate embeddings, group similar photos, select best per group, mark rest as deleted. So you can see it looks good on paper. Now what I need to do, you can see I need to configure app grouping for the background task manager, which is again I need to think about, and I won't do it in the live coding because there are a lot of hidden trial which will go behind the scene and it will just waste your time. I just wanted to build something simple so that you understand how I code, and me in the meantime I research. So let me go back here and you can see it is done. So let me just build it again and read it till the time. So it process 50 photos at a time before embedding, then storage, async IO, soft delete, and this is how it is done. So it looks good on paper, but of course I need to, not this one. Yeah, I think it is building it. So let me just do it again. Okay, it is loading and I think it will. So you can see it is. I cannot swipe left or right. So let me just write one command in the Mac. How do I swipe left or right? So this is one issue. And you can say it is actually grouping 2 or 3 items, which is not great in my opinion, which I need to fix. Now let me build it again. Of course, I will test it in the iPhone as well, but right now I'm just testing whether it works or not. And you can see it is not working. Okay, I can use the right arrow, and so let me just do this one. Nope, it is not working. Okay, it is working, I think. So let me just give this error to my terminal. So let me just do this one fresh and let me just build it again. So you can see I have got the issues. I need to give this to this one and I need to tell the images are overlapping onto each other. I can see multiple items in overlay format on top of each other. So let's give this one and let's see what it actually understands. And if it works well and good, and if it doesn't work, then I will build it for the iPhone directly. So you can see, okay, it has understood the issue. And let's see what it does. So you can see it is also fixing the image loading error. And also handling the failed load image. Okay, I can see that it is working in the background. and yes, it is working in the background. And yeah, so if I do edit, if I do this one and not this one, let me just select this one. If I delete, it is asking, are you sure I want to delete? This action cannot be undone. And if I don't do it, I can select all. Okay, I need to select this one. Or I can select all like this one, and I can delete, and it will delete from the photo library. And I have this stats, 4 swiped, 1 kept. So it is working, and I just need to fix the overlay, which will be fixed in the new UI. So I think this should work now. And tada, and we have done it somehow. And of course, we need to fix some of them issues if it persists. Otherwise, you can see this is actually good in my opinion. Can I? Yeah, I can delete it. I can keep it. And this is actually something I need to fix. Keep the aspect ratio maintained in a container. You can see it is actually overflowing, which is not we want. So I will just give this screenshot. So let me just copy this one. So this is how I drag it, and let me just keep this one, and let me just go here. And this is actually a video which is not actually getting played. Also, the video isn't played, and I can't see any play pause icon and volume icon to toggle for videos. So this is what I was saying, like for each small improvements we have to prompt. AI can do the heavy lifting at once, but it cannot do everything. So we need to do small feature request one by one with one each iterations. And you can say it is actually good in my opinion, so I can commit these changes. So instead of committing, I will do stage, and I will do swipe photos basic. Now the problem with this particular repository is that it was actually copied directly from the starter repo. So what I have to do right now, I have to go here in show finder, and I have to find something called dot git. And let me just show hidden files. Can I show? And I have to delete this one, and I have to create a new GitHub repository, link a new Git item, and then only I can use this as my application because it was directly copied. So I have to delete it, otherwise it won't work. So I've deleted it, and I need to link a new GitHub repository here. So I have to go here, and I need to create one new repository here like this one, and maybe swipe photos. And this is to be private. Maybe I want to publish this one, so I will create this repository. And now I will use this one. I will ask do git init and set this as the remote URL and push the origin main. So yeah, we have to do this one, and I think we are good to go. So let me just build this application once again, and let me see the output. I hope you are getting what I'm doing right now. So that was the aim. And this was actually the live coding, how if you have to build application, how you have to link. And okay, this is actually video. Still, I think a lot of work needs to be done, but it is better. I need to test it actually in the mobile to see how it performs. Then only I can give a proper prompt. So let me just reload this one. it is reloading, and you can see I'm getting some warnings and error. So let me just copy this one, go here, delete it. You can see the video is deleted, and this stats, and if I refresh this one, still it is giving me error. So, and fix this, fix these warnings. I can't see new items even when I press refresh icon. So let's see what it understands, what it does. But I think we are good to go. And here I think it is right now pushing all the changes. So that is one issue I need to resolve. But I have deleted the .git, which was actually important to delete. And let me see whether any other file are there or not, which I need to delete or not. Otherwise, we are good to go, in my opinion. Also, whenever you are using my repo, you need to also make sure that you don't use the same app group name. For example, this app group name, app group, as well as the app bundle identifier, you have to make changes in that also. Oops. Yep, this one I'm talking about. So you have to change the bundle identifier because it is linked to my application right now, which is very important for Superbase if you're implementing it. So let me just close this one. Let me see whether terminal has done it. Just don't ask. So you can see that it is actually git init and it is git remote add origin, and it will push it with initial commit. It is committed. Now it is pushing it. Also, this can throw error, so I need to see what error it is throwing. If it throws error, I need to configure something called git lfs, and I need to track it via the git lfs. Then I have to push it to this new repository because this particular project is big. So you can see it is uploading the LFS directly because earlier I've tracked the LFS, which is actually great in my opinion. Now it is working on the refresh functionality and working on the new items. So you can see what it is doing for refresh photos, and it is also reading the photos manager to understand what to do. So let me just see whether I have uploaded to my GitHub repository or not. So let me reload this one. So you can see it has uploaded it to this particular repository. Now I can use this for the test flight directly. So here, if the build is perfect, I can upload it for test flight. So you can see it is loading right now. And okay, this again is throwing error. So the profile is loading, that means the authentication is correct, but the swipe is not refreshing, so there is a problem. It is dropping, so which you can see. So it is again doing it. Okay, so this was actually problem for the photos. I think, yeah, there are consequent photos. So if there are error, skip that item from loading and move on to next media elements. This is also one of the issue, in my opinion, is that photos are actually synced to iCloud, and right now it is not completely downloaded from iCloud, and that's why it is showing this error. So that can be another issue, and which I need to fix again. And if it is Mac, get items. If it is Mac, get items from the Finder elements too. So let's see whether it works or not. So I will close this one. I will run it again and I will see. So I'm just checking the new build, and after that I will check for iPhone as well. So you can say new build is working out, new build is opening, and I will get error or something like that. So yeah, I am getting the same error, and yeah, I got the same error. And let me just copy paste this one. So yeah, this is actually an error, and let me just build it for the iPhone now. And I need to build it for my local iPhone, so my camera will go off. So don't worry about that. I will fix that. So I'm building for that. So let's see. So it is building for the iPhone until the time it will work. So let it work in the background, and it is building the new version till that time. It is installing the item in the iPhone. I hope iPhone doesn't send me the lock message. Yep, it is giving me lock message. So let me unlock it and I will return back. Now I have given the permission, but I need to do something called iPhone mirroring. So my camera will go off for now. So you can see this application and you can see I am granting access, allow full access, and you can see this is actually looking great in the iPhone. So I want it or I don't want it. So let me just, okay, but this is actually, okay, that one was video. So this is actually an image which I want to keep. Yep. This is, nope, I don't want to keep. This is, yes, I want to keep. This is, I want to keep. So let me go to the deleted one and let me edit this one. Let me select this one and let me delete, and let's see what response it gives. Okay, delete this photo and let me go to the stats. Total swiped 2, and you can see media type breakdown 1.8 MB stored saved. And let me go to the photos to really understand whether it has deleted in the recent photos or not. So let me go to the recently deleted. So you can see it has actually deleted from the recent as well. So it is working. And now I can just change the app icon and all. So you can see this is the error. So I cannot see what error exactly. This is video is unable because again the load issue is there, which I will fix it. Don't worry about that. I can hear the audio, but the player is actually not playing the video. So that is the issue. But you can see this swipe buttons are actually great, which was not actually been seen from the app icon. So I will close this one and my camera should resume, and let's see whether it has fixed for the Mac or not. So let me just go here and let me go to the item and why it is git resetting. So let me read. Actually, adding full Mac support is large refactoring. Let me push auto skip feature, which also solves the main handling. Note that Mac folder support can be added as a future enhancement. Okay, let's do this one. I think it is deleting the file system media manager. Okay, and let me run this Mac. So you can see that in around 30-35 minutes, I have actually built this application just by asking Claude on what I needed, and it has built it. So which is actually great in my opinion. And you can see the issue is still there. So you can see the image or the video is loading right now. So this video is loaded, this image is loaded. So again, it is working fine for the iPhone, but it is not working fine for the Mac application. So in Mac, when window is Mac, make sure to properly lay out the media items, because in iPhone the view is correct, but in Mac it isn't. And let me just do this one to really make it understand what is actually the issue, what I am referring to. Let me copy this one, copy this one. So detect window and properly configure UI, and don't commit on your own, and auto skip. Let me not auto skip and implement Mac file system. So let's see. This is my last prompt for this day, and which will go on record. But yeah, this is how I wanted it to happen. And let's see whether it understands and it does everything in one shot or not. If it does, well and good. If it doesn't do, then also we don't have anything to lose, because our main feature for the iPhone is done, which is what we wanted in the first place, and which is actually the thing I'm happy with. So you can see it has used show file picker, false. Okay, platform detection is platform is Mac, then yes, then it is actually doing all the thing. So you can see if target environment is Mac, at least return true, else return false. And based on the Mac item, like the Mac window, it will make the new adjustments. So you can see what exactly it is doing right now. So let me close this one and wait for it to complete implementing the code, and let's see whether it has understood all our requirements or not, and we will see this. So you can see if it is Mac, at least it is showing me the file picker as well. Like I'm implementing that code, which is actually great again in my opinion. And it has created this new file, that is file system media item. That is the new view, I guess. What is this? Okay, it is an enum, and we have this main actor, which is again acting as a manager, and these are just collection of functions. So it is actually a class, and we are using it. So let it complete. This is how the raw coding works. This is how I work when I'm building the iOS application, and this is the easiest way to build any iOS application using Swift. And you can just do fun feature by feature request, and you can ask Claude Code to build it for you. You can see that I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to SwiftUI, but I know basics, so I just see what exactly it is doing for each file, and if there is any error, and I can backtrack like, okay, this file is throwing this error, so I can ask Claude again, like after adding this file, this errors were done. So that's why we are committing each changes whenever we are satisfied with the result, so we can track what is going wrong. So this is how you actually build something with AI. Now, for example, if the Mac file system picker doesn't work, I can just ask this doesn't work, just work on the layout. So that is the thing which I can ask. So let me do this one. Let me wait for it to complete. I think it is done, and we can run the new application. It is again reading, so I think either it is verifying or it will give some new edits. So you can see it has again given some new edits. Whenever it is reading something, it will give some new edits. So again, you can see it is reading 30 lines. So I think it will again give new edits. I need to check whether this particular, when I delete something, whether it moves it to trash or whether it moves permanently. So I will check that too, if this works perfectly. So I think it is done. There is no errors as well. So let me build it for the Mac. Of course, we are doing for the Mac as well. Let me see. I think the main issue will be related to the file system or something related to the UI. So you can see combine was missing. So let me just go here and import combine as well. And let me build it again. So you can see it is taking time again. If I close this one and if I build it again, let's see what it does. I think only after indexing, only the building will work. So why it is paused? So let me close this one. Build is cancelled. Let me just do combine. And if I do this one, it should actually build. So let me do run again. Okay, the type check is giving error. Again, since I'm not very fluent with SwiftUI, so I will just give this to my terminal, and it will understand the issue and it will actually fix that issue. And when it actually edits the issue, I will understand how to fix that issue. So you can see that it is asking me to break the expression of the type check, and try it is asking to break up the expression into distinct sub expressions. So let me see what actually Claude Code do, and I will understand, and maybe from next time I can ask Claude Code to make those changes directly. So you can see I'm just using the card stack view, and then I'm using spacer, then height 10. So this is one update which I did. So let me build it again, and I hope it doesn't throw any error. So this will be it, guys, and after this I will stop the recording once the result is compiled. So yeah, get started. The onboarding, yes, continue. Test valid purchase. Now once the valid purchase is done, okay, the view is still the same. I cannot do anything. So you can see that it is still container fill, which is actually not I wanted. And you can see the view. I think I need to add some scroller or something like that. But what we actually did is something related to the file picker, right? You can still keep swipe to keep delete. So why cannot I see the file picker? Nope. I cannot see the file picker, so I think I will just revert back. Even if I do the refresh, it is not doing. I think I have already given the photos access, and it is considering it as an iOS application. That's why you can see this issue. Anyway, let's not waste my time here. And there is no scroll bar also, so maybe in the future versions I will update it. But yeah, this is how you build the Mac and the iOS application simultaneously using SwiftUI. And I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.